All right, on today's episode, we are going to talk about nut runners. If you wouldn't mind commenting, liking, and subscribing before we get going here, it doesn't cost you anything and it helped me grow the channel. I'd appreciate the support. So let's get right into it. These nut runners were purchased from a company called MFS Supply. I used to do property preservation years ago, and we had to board up windows on houses. So there's two ways of doing it. We either had to use a product called Clearview, which is basically Lexan, which is a clear, unbreakable plexiglass, pretty much, or we would have to use plywood. So when you board up the window, you got the board on the outside of the window, and then you have to put a 2x4 or a strut across the inside of the window and then pull them together. And you want it to be springy so people couldn't, grab behind the board and yank the board out to get into the house. So you'd want to draw them together. So you'd want, the 2x4 to be curved, I guess like this. And the same thing with the wood. You want the wood to be curved. So you'd want to smush them together. And when you did, let's say, here's your window, right? You'd want one of these fasteners in each corner so they couldn't grab it and shift it and move it up to get it out of the way to get into the house. So you'd always start with long carriage bolts because you'd never know how thick the walls are. Like newer homes are like 2x6, 2x8. Older homes are like 2x4. And instead of having, 50 different carriage bolts that you bring with you, because you never know what you're walking into. They just call you, tell you it needs to be done. You can pull it up on Google Maps, and sometimes you'd see a good picture of the house, other times not so much. So when you would put this through the plywood, right, then here's your inside of your window, and then you got your 2x4 here. You've got all this extra sticking out the back of it, and you'd have to get your washer and then your 9/16 nut on there. So instead of sitting there and like going like this to get all the way down, you'd simply take your nut runner. And the nice part about these is you can use them with your impacts, and you could really impact that 2x4 and the plywood or the Clearview and the black strut that they would give you to hold it in there. So you'd put it on here like so, and then make short work of it. And then once it got in here, you could impact it in, and then it would really pull everything together and give it that springy, tension you're looking for, so you can't just pull it. And when you had to undo these because you had to put in a new window or there was an inspection or whatever, again, they just come right out. Right? So this is your longer one. This one, the usable area on it. So we got about, I'd say probably about 11.5 inches. Overall, it's 12 3/4 of an inch long. So that's the longer one. And then sometimes you'd have the shorter carriage bolts. And this one comes in just under 5 inches. I know the tape's upside down here. Let me switch that around. Just under 5 inches, 6 inches overall. And again, works the same way. Put it in your impact. You don't have to use an impact. You can use your screw gun. But I always use the impact. And I've never had issues with these breaking. I mean, I'm not using a big, impact 1/2 inch for taking off lug nuts or nothing. Just a little nut driver. And same thing. Oh, that's backwards. Sorry. The same thing. Run it in. Run it out. And I tell you, these things are great. Instead of having to sit there. I mean, even on little ones like this, even if it's only an inch, yeah, okay, you can do that, but all you gotta do is put your washer on, put your nut on, do all four, hold it in place, and then just zip, 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 and then you're done. And it makes short work of it. So I don't have a link for these because these I got, like I said, on MFS Supply. I was looking on their website. I don't even see them offering it anymore. And I couldn't find Clearview's website because I feel like they probably call it something different now. But, yep, and you can get these on Amazon. Not this specific one, but they make impact rated ones. And you know, theirs are just a tube, and then you use your your impact adapter, like the DeWalt anvil adapter on them. So I don't know, they work pretty good. Just something if you didn't know existed or wondered how you could do a bunch of these real fast without having to sit there and give your hand a workout. This would be the tool for you. And they're cheap too on Amazon. So let's see. So these are some 3/4 inch cage bolts. And these are $13.99. A 2-pack. I could get these tomorrow. And again, see, it takes like the 1/2 inch anvil on this one. And then that's your obviously your pattern there. And then see, and that's what it's showing, that you got to use the anvil on it. So then these are the 9/16. These are actually power nut driver. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ones on there, a whole bunch of different styles on there. I mean, I'm not going to put a link in the description below, because you can just see what all you have to do is just Google power nut driver and it'll pull all of these up. So you kind of look through there, see what the different sizes are. I mean, they really only make a few sizes, and they're the common sizes. I mean, you're not going to get like a whole set of these like you would open ends or nothing like that. At least I haven't seen anything like that. Like here's some 9/16. You get your 6 or 8 and your 10-inch nut driver. And then this also comes with the 360 rotatable knuckle, and you also get your anvil with it too, and that's not bad, 24 bucks. But like most of these carriage bolts, honestly, that you're going to use for construction are a 9/16, so that's why it's common. So you got your 9/16, your 1/2 inch, 3/4, and that's pretty much what they make those in. But yeah, just wanted to show this off. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen one or not, but I was doing some repair work on my trailer for the deck, and figured I would show people a fast and easy way to run your carriage bolts in without sitting there getting your arm tired. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.